In this lesson, we'll review an attitude question from the reading section. So we are just doing question 36. Which of the following best characterizes Katz's attitude toward today's digital technologies? And we have the line reference. And so even if you haven't read this passage, I think this is a helpful question. It's a pretty common question type, attitude or tone of some character in the passage. And they give us reference. And so even if you haven't read this passage, I think it's a good exercise. We're looking for the attitude of Katz in 81 to 82. So I'm going to scroll up, and 81 to 82, it starts here, and here's Katz. So just try to independently predict this before you look at the choices. We're looking for the attitudes of Katz toward digital technologies. Still, Katz doesn't dismiss the notion that there is something different about today's digital technologies, something that could affect an even broader range of work. The question, he says, is whether economic history will serve as a useful guide. Will the job disruptions caused by technology be temporary as the workforce adapts, or will we see a science fiction scenario in which automated processes and robots with superhuman skills take over a broad swath of human tasks? Though Katz expects the historical pattern to hold, it is genuinely a question, he says. If technology disrupts enough, who knows what will happen? And so the reason I read all of this is, even though we had reference on in the beginning, this is Katz and he's making some reference to this digital technologies. Again, the question's asking for his attitude toward them. And you really have to continue reading, because you should recognize here he's saying he doesn't dismiss it, something that could affect a broader range, and then he sort of asked this question, would this, will disruptions caused be temporary? He still hasn't made it. There's no reference to his attitude. And again, here, will these processes with superhuman skills take over a broad swath of human tasks? He's still asking a question. It's almost like a rhetorical question. Though Katz expects the pattern to hold, it is genuinely a question, he says. If technology disrupts enough, who knows what will happen? Here is his attitude. He doesn't know what will happen. This is the only time where he's really kind of, it's mentioning his attitude. All these other parts, I think students can kind of get misled, especially if you don't read the whole passage, the whole part after we see his name. You're looking for a question when he expresses some attitude. And here's the only part. If technology disrupts enough, who knows what will happen? So let's look at the answer choices now. Again, we're just doing number 30 or number 16. And I think at this time you can almost find it. Who knows what will happen? He is uncertain how they might affect job growth. And so this is another example. Whenever you see a question about attitude, you're looking for evidence. Even though we had those other parts where he was asking these questions, the only time we knew his attitude, he said, who knows what will happen? And they just re-expressed that he is uncertain how they might affect job growth.